Hi guys, what's up? This is Lucien Josephy. Okay, this is the first episode of the LJ Hour. Lucien Josephy. I'm here with three friends of mine. They're here to discuss a very serious matter. The topic of episode 1 is coronavirus, subtitled "Wash Your Damn Hands." Okay, that's important. Please wash your hands, folks. I want to introduce my three friends. First is the man whose studio this is, who we're recording it at. Thank you very much. Arman Akbari.
Hey.
What's up,
How's it
Arman?
going?
How you doing? The man already taking steps to stay safe is old roommate of mine, a friend of mine, real good guy, David Spector.
Nice to see you again, bud.
What's up again? And a man of mystery, a good friend of mine, a good musician, hardworking guy. We all know him. He's a friend of ours. Been around a long time. Mason Denny. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, brother?
So we are here. It's a strange time. We're recording this, March 13th, 2020. This coronavirus has been here around us now for a couple of months, and I just want to get your opinion on these things. It's a very serious topic to start the LJ Hour off with, but these are serious times we live in. Guys, where does something like this come from? Okay, a wet farm in China where they are eating and selling wild exotic animals that carry diseases that now transfer to people. That just seems, that seems kind of a strange place for it to come from. And I guess my question is, do you really believe that new diseases can form that weren't here before, that haven't always existed? Can new diseases make their way onto Earth? And now, my opinion personally is that if it hasn't been here throughout time, how is a new gene morphing into something that mankind has never seen?
Well, from what I know, this has been around for a while now. I mean, didn't we have this back in the 70s?
Coronavirus, exactly?
I mean, I don't know exactly. It's probably been evolving, but
Right.
I feel like things could naturally evolve. But what I find interesting is that why around election time? Why in China?
We're going to bring that up, yeah.
And that's what I'm wondering,
Strange timing. David?
I think actually, yes, bacteria change all the time. And
Evolve,
I think,
nature.
I think they absolutely can change. I'm not like
And this is
scientist,
catching man
but
off
I
guard.
I would just say that, I think coronavirus is a strain of the flu, right? But I think that absolutely can evolve, and it's bacteria changes, new bacteria is, infused in our life. It's not like we are bacteria, dude.
Right. How many bacteria does the human body carry? Something in the trillions or something like that? Okay.
We are bacteria, bro.
Huh. Mason, do you think that new diseases can just form and start, or?
I'm not sure if I'm the one to ask, but I know that this is coronavirus has been around. What I hear, and this is like COVID-19. It's like a different strand of corona.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
A new strand, a more deadly strand.
Yeah, so that's important to note. And then also, I think that it's possible. I believe that the universe. I don't want to get too religious or spiritual,
right off the bat. Go heavy.
It
go deep.
It creates and does what it's gonna do, and it's beyond my power.
Oh yeah.
And there's a balance. I think.
So it is out right.
Possibly.
Right. Balancing out the world, are like humans, our karma,
just existence, or
wow.
Like the
do you think it could be?
And yang,
Do you think there's a possibility that it's a biochemical weapon? It's been released on people.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Is there a chance that this has now been unleashed?
Yeah.
As some sort of you know about eugenics. That's not a fake conspiracy. That's out there.
You think China?
There are people that think there's too many people on the planet, so
China was beta tested.
So this is something to get people out of here. Could it be a bioweapon, or a psyop, a black op, something like that? Okay, that is meant to just bend society's mind. Because frankly, when I'm sitting like by myself, just looking at my phone, looking at videos, the mainstream media videos of the disease, boy, you feel pretty, in your quiet moments, you feel like, wow, this is bad.
It's
okay,
eerie.
is this going to get me? But is it as bad as people think? Or could this have been some sort of military action to just, depopulation and get the people out of here?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's bad. I think the news just makes it feel worse than it is.
Right.
I feel like it's serious. I feel like it's just a little bit worse than the flu.
But if you
Right.
don't watch the news, if you were just to black out all media, not watch CBS, not watch NBC, would you be safer or would you be less safe?
I don't watch, actually.
Right.
I'm tuned out.
You're wise enough to know.
I'm tuned out, but I feel the vibes and
Well,
the
hold on.
energy
And how did
of
you
everyone.
even know of? I mean, you've seen it
I
on your
feel
phone.
the vibes and energy of people around me, and I feel that
Yeah.
nervous energy. I feel that panicness. I feel that
Yeah,
fear.
outside.
People's fear,
Mhm.
and it's like, you go to Costco and the lines are out all the way outside the door, and people are fighting for, mac and cheese and.
Oh, but hold
And-
on.
And I haven't even seen this. This is what I'm hearing from people, but people are like, my brother posted a picture of Costco and the
I haven't
water
been to a
section.
Costco. I haven't been to any big place like that.
I haven't either.
I haven't even really gone grocery shopping since then. I've got my little food. I still got food, so I'm still good right now. But I haven't gone to a big shop. I did go to 99-cent store before we came here. Okay, maybe we'll black that out.
I went to the mall today.
But it was still strange. Look at all the pasta was gone. Most of the frozen food. I've really never been in a place where it's like just
Yeah.
empty closed down shelves.
I went to 7-Eleven. All their water was gone. You
Wow.
know,
Yeah. Wow.
there was enough Kit Kats, but the water.
So
was,
that's the media. That's
Yeah.
the media instilling. Well, I really can't say either way. I don't know. I think that ultimately, if you only watch mainstream media, you think you're gonna die in on the next month. But let's hope not. Okay, everybody's healthy here. Nobody's coughing. Everybody's fine. I'm fine. You guys are fine. Thank God. Everybody we know. Yeah. But we could be in the early stages of this. We'll see. Let's hope not. Mad Max or some shit.
The more you hear something, right? The more you hear someone put something in your head,
Mm-hmm.
the more then you're gonna think it's possible.
Do you
Since we're-
think do you think us as a country, we're sort of still in denial? Like it hasn't really hit us like that?
Yeah, you know what? It hit me yesterday.
Yeah.
It hit me on Wednesday. What's today?
It
Thursday?
hit
Was
me
there
yesterday.
was there a
It hit
piece
me on
of
Hit me
Thursday?
yesterday.
was there a piece of news that struck you?
It
and just,
was. I've been going to work all week, and there hasn't been any traffic, and I have never witnessed that. And I've been doing that same route for years.
Yeah.
For decades.
Mhm.
Over a decade, I've been doing this route.
and you drive all over the place for your
Yeah.
work.
Same thing.
And
Wow.
then when the NBA,
I only drive like 3 miles
When the NBA got
straight up
canceled,
one street.
That was
when
pretty-
Trump canceled flights. coming
Yeah,
in,
yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna
When
get to that.
when
But
when-
what
when he-
yesterday? What was the one thing that got you like, wow, this is serious?
those are the things.
Was there a
like,
person hearing about a person or an event?
It was the
broadcast?
NBA getting canceled,
Yeah, that's big.
right? Like
That's
Trump,
that's the biggest thing in the NBA in like the last 20 years.
we were like,
R.I.P. Kobe.
and that's when I think that's when it hit a lot of people that I talked to at my work anyway.
Mhm.
That's when it hit me for sure. It was
Yeah,
yesterday.
work is different. It's the topic. It's unavoidable. This is taking over our life right now. That's amazing.
It's a constant
Yeah, the NBA,
repetitive shit going on in your head.
NCAA tournament too. NCAA tournament is a no-go. That's not happening this year. You know what I thought about? You know what I thought about the NBA not being around right now, and the NCAA tournament, and who knows if like football, it could mark the change of life as we know it as America.
Yeah.
And I think that's the one thing that Americans are not willing to give up is our way of life. You know what I mean? And we haven't even envisioned a place where there's no NBA and there's these things. We love our distractions so much.
I love
and
it.
I love them. And I love the NBA. That's my favorite sport.
and I think it's even
Lakers.
beyond the way of life. I think it's like, global travel. Are we going to even be able to go to France?
Oh,
You
wait.
know?
Yeah. Well,
Are we ever going to be able to go to China or Japan or the Middle
Again?
East or
Yes.
anywhere?
Yes.
Anywhere. Yeah.
not now. Not
But,
for the
like,
next.
How long?
It hasn't even
A
hit
year?
hardcore
3
here
years?
yet. We're not even locked down like they are in Europe yet. We are like a month behind the rest of the world. Okay? And it could have been moving around amongst us. That's what's scary. Sheesh.
When
But how
you
many
don't
people,
know it.
How many people, in your day-to-day life do you really encounter? That you're close enough to have an encounter with?
A lot.
Really?
At my work, there's 100 people, but it's about the same.
There's only like maybe
It's
12,
not
13
just
in
about
my
the
job.
people you interact with. You're going just walking through a hallway, and there's another person that walked through that hallway, and they happen to put their hand on the wall, and then you put your hand on the wall.
Or
We don't know what the pass through of this.
Oh,
this
right.
disease
By
is.
touch,
So, I mean,
handle.
it's the constant chatter in my brain that I kind of hate right
yeah.
now.
Yeah, because it's unavoidable. It's
I hate
unavoidable.
That's the part.
You
about
look at
this
a
I don't like.
doorknob and now you're like,
I'm trying not to think.
Starbucks
Keep
up at
positive.
the
You know what I
cup.
mean? I'm trying not to think about this.
Yeah, it
really
is
that
because
much.
look, we'll get to some stats and stuff like that, but and we'll ask about other diseases. Where have they gone?
This
stuff like
happened
that.
in China, 2 months ago? And so in 2 months, it's a global thing. It's spread.
I heard
I
that
think
it's
it's
starting to
inevitable.
flatten out in China now, but it's because
After about
they use
45
the
days.
most. Listen, it's because they use the most draconian methods. They're like, everybody's out. You saw. I mean, I don't know how real these videos were. These cell phone videos of people getting snatched up, taken into little vans, and you're out of here in hazmat suits. We'll get to that. What it could lead to, a little bit, but like what it could be as a coverall for other. For
Do
other
you
things.
think it's a black ops? Is that what you're asking? Is that what you said?
I think it's just as possible as like a new disease morphing into, now we have coronavirus. Like
So basically, that if
people
it's a
have
black
already been
ops-
on record as
Yeah.
saying that there's too many people, and then we got to look at ultimately who are the ones that end up profiting from some vaccine that might come out. Where's the money lead?
Isn't
stuff
China
like that.
the lead distributor of pharmaceuticals? That's where I'm a little bit nervous about.
When it hit for me,
Yeah.
it doesn't kind of seems like it's just on TV and it's distant and stuff like that. It hasn't hit me in my pockets yet. I haven't had to miss work. I have thought about calling in and just being low pro. I'll just play Xbox all day. So I got sick hours, whatever. Thank you. But it's like it hasn't really. When it hit me, is that camera still on, by the way? So it hit me when Tom Hanks and his wife.
Yeah, that was okay. That was the big one. Yeah,
Yeah. That's
That
quick
is-
too.
it's
That
like
was like day
Castaway,
two.
you know what I'm
That's a big
saying?
one.
He's out in Australia filming a movie or
terrible, bro.
something. He's cast away for real.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
At least you caught it. You got the end of that joke.
But
that's good. It's terrible.
people with $390 million.
Wow.
I don't know if they're gonna die from the corona, man. They get the best of the best. You know what I mean? So shout out Tom Hanks, and I don't want him to go anywhere. You know what I mean? That'd be too much for 2020 already. Kobe,
Yeah.
Tom Hanks. That'd be an ill list already for only 3 months in.
I think Tom's gonna be okay.
It probably will
I
be.
think Tom's your friend. That was
He's got
MySpace.
money.
That was good. Okay.
What about the fact that you can't? There's no. You can't go in crowds.
You got
Mayors are saying don't be in crowds. They're locking it down. It is giving you a little taste of martial law.
Fear
Yeah, I mean, are you panicking or are you being safe? Or are you being smart?
How would you, look, I'm just right now, and selfishly, like I'm just a dude by himself. Okay. So it's just, I can move and groove. You know what I mean? But it won't even get there. People maybe are hyping it up. Let's pray it doesn't.
This is different for me. I mean,
You have a
it is.
family.
Yeah,
but
How
it's-
would you go
yeah,
about
kids.
protecting your
Well,
family?
well, it's what I've already feel like I've
That's
been
what you
doing.
planned for. Yeah.
But my
You have
my-
been, of
My
course.
whole thing is, and this is the way I kind of been thinking about.
Shout
this
out
whole
Tammy.
thing. Yeah, shout out the kids. Is
Mhm.
this is a flu?
Yeah,
This
it's a
flu-
hyper flu.
But this flu has not killed or as many people as the flu or heart disease or drinking
Right.
and driving. You understand?
Not
that?
even close.
So even
Yeah.
if it blows up out of proportion, the likelihood that it blows up to that extent. What I think is,
and I've heard different numbers on the fatality rate.
It's the
from like
fear-mongering that
3
you're talking
to
about.
maybe 6%
Yeah.
fatality rate.
And
Right.
those are confirmed.
Well, that's one of the first things I thought, like psyops. Like it's just a way to break people's psyche. You know what I mean? Like just make them.
That's just what the media
because then
does,
they're more
though,
malleable. Okay, once they start looking to the government for we save us, please. You know what I mean? And we'll get to their response. We'll get to Trump's response. How you feel about it? So we can't be in crowds. I'm not trying to go to a movie theater right now.
Hell no.
Are you trying to go to a movie theater?
Get all
You trying to
on?
go to a big buffet dinner right now with
I was supposed to be in a
packed
movie
house?
theater tomorrow night.
You trying to go to a
Not
packed
happening
house?
now.
No, you're not.
Not happening. It's not at all happening.
What about the travel ban? That was.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
When could we travel again? I
Well,
think it's gonna be
how
a
often
long
are you going to
time.
Europe?
I haven't
It's
been
not a
to
travel
Europe,
ban. It's not a travel ban. It's a ban from people coming from
I
Europe.
wanna
And I think for us
travel.
going to Europe, right?
but you know what I mean. Just I guess
Yes.
not just
Yeah, I
the
think so.
restriction. Just knowing it's restricted kind of feels weird.
Yeah, it is. I haven't been on a plane in 12 years anyway, since I flew back from New York
Feels
when
like
I went
that
on
new
that
world
cross-country
order.
trip
It
with
feels
Jordy and
like-
Patrick.
It feels like we're in a
how it-
movie.
Yeah, it
Shout
feels
out.
like a
And
real
Shout out to 'em both.
It's like, you know,
surreal movie.
Zombie
it's like
movie.
this.
Yes, yeah.
Like a
Like,
weird.
is that
fuck-
guy got
oh,
the
so-
freaking
messed
disease?
up
Stay away
sci-fi.
from that fool.
You know what I'm saying?
But to be
This way.
honest
Like
with
a messed
you,
up sci-fi movie.
but
I know.
Virus,
Speaking
sorry.
of a movie,
Virus.
no, go ahead. I want to finish
hold
with
on,
the
you-
travel
you
point.
asked a
Because there's
question.
things that haven't even been put out there with the travel. Why is the UK the only country exempt from this thing? They just threw that out there very matter of factly.
I thought it was
The
like the whole
Rothschilds,
continent.
man.
So we still have a bended knee for
Royal-
yeah, we still
royalty.
bending a knee to
Yeah,
England.
bank
England.
This
system.
is still a colony to England,
Bank system.
if you don't know. Wow.
Now you do.
Yeah, the travel ban is crazy. Why, of all people, I don't have any faith in Mike Pence. Why is he in charge of the coronavirus?
He's doing
Trump
great.
assigned
He's
him.
doing great.
Yeah, well, that's
He's doing
to,
great.
to hear them tell it.
You asked me a question.
I don't
didn't
know.
get to answer it. You said, "What are you doing?" So like, I'm not getting caught up and brought into this fear crap.
Please don't. Yeah,
Okay. But
good.
I'll tell you. But I'm still trying to do home protection. I'm still trying to look. I got 2 kids and a wife.
Wow.
So I got 4 months of food prepped.
Really,
Yeah, man.
I've been to the house.
What do
you got the
beans
you got
or
the
what
you
do
got
you
the
beans are
closet
actually
Mac
full.
and cheese. You
Beans are
got-
actually not the thing. You have
beans.
actual, military.
I got beans, black beans,
military like food,
like
mili-
froze
What do
dried.
you mean?
Yeah.
Like
stock.
astronaut food?
No, not like it's good. It's food, but it's like you mix it with
Powder and
almond
shit?
milk, because almond milk in emergency,
Huh.
if the fridge doesn't work, you don't have to refrigerate almond milk. So you can mix this powder with the almond milk or whatever, and you're good. I also have a ton of water and a ton of filtration pellets, and I got a lot of stuff.
Nice.
I do.
You know, my
And it's not as
plan-
if-
my plan if
Just in
shit
case.
goes down.
Please,
by
please.
the way,
Yeah, what is it?
and
Got your
and
bunker?
I failed because I'm not prepared whatsoever. But
Yeah.
my plan has always been to like have a dirt bike. All right, so I
Okay.
can weave through traffic if there's
Okay.
traffic, go up the mountain,
Yeah.
find the river, right,
Yeah.
and just live off the land, just like Kern River kind of shit, like
Wow, yeah.
just camp. You got your food with the fish. You got fresh water because you're by a river.
I will, thinking about that. You say one thing, it makes me think of another thing. I saw some video saying like the natural preservationists and the people who are trying to get more land for where it can be untouched. Their end goal is to have like 90% of the land, and people just smush together in a small space, and the rest of it is untouched by nature. And so do people really want that? Ultimately, it's another thing about like if you go to the extreme of one ideology,
But they're already off the grid. You know what I mean? Some of those people you were just talking about.
Yeah, people do live off the grid
and
for
they've
sure.
already gotten themselves off
You know what
the
I
grid.
like? You know what I like? What I watched, like I binge watched like 5-6 videos of. I kind of like the tiny houses. I like the tiny houses. Those are cool to me. I don't know why. I could do that if it went down.
Making it out of
They got them on a trailer and they just go boop.
Have you seen those making him out of a crate?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I haven't seen that one, but yeah.
You know the crates that they am I saying crates?
Like a record crate or
no,
something.
like the big bins that they put on the ships.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
storage crate container.
Yeah, the containers. They can make them out of those. Like stack a couple of those together.
Yeah, man
tiny
will
homes.
adapt. That's something about coronavirus, man. Man will adapt eventually. This ain't gonna wipe mankind out. No. Man will adapt. They always have.
It's just funny to me the timing. You know, why is it every other election there's like something?
Well, I want to get to that. I haven't got there yet. Does China owe the rest of the world a damn apology? Some kind of we're sorry. I don't think they've come out, have they? I don't watch that much news, but I would have seen it somewhere.
Well, is it their
Do they
fault?
owe some kind of reparations to the rest of the world? You know,
not locking down quick enough.
I mean, for having that even happen, and now it's spread out.
But your question,
there's just no accountability, but from that country, they're just like, hey, it happens. Yeah. That's why it's like another question of like, whoa, is something just sprung out of nowhere? Another disease just kind of came out of nowhere.
So who did it? Was it like
China?
The lab?
This did it.
Like
that's not a conspiracy. That's not some.
And someone like
that's not some weird conspiracy.
You know,
it came from China.
They dropped the test tube or something.
No, it's like these wet markets, right? You know, where it's like the ones where you see them chopping the fish, and they got
bats
over here and wild armadillos and stuff. They're eating wildlife, and I saw something on the internet. You know, the Chinese government cracked down on that, and then their economy took a plunge, and they allowed that to happen again. So, and eventually somebody ate something that was contaminated, and then it passed over to human beings. Apparently, is what they say, and they can just keep using that one every time, because that one's like, well, that seems plausible, huh? Oh yeah, huh? People got to eat, and people do eat stuff. And another one crossed over.
Yeah, because salmonella from chicken.
I remember the movie Contagion. You know, that was 2011. I remember that movie. I went and saw that with my pop on my birthday. Why I remember that was because I met Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the movie theater, and I went up to him like, Kareem, hello. He didn't even look at me. He just kept like nothing, just swiped me like. I was like,
he swiped left.
What? Yeah, he swiped left on me. And I sat down. I was like, yeah, I saw Kareem. Like he was an asshole or something like that. Like shout out Kareem. I love Kareem. He's a legendary Laker. But I'm just saying, I saw him when I went to see that movie, and almost a decade ago, 2011, that came out. Gwyneth Paltrow. Matt Damon, whatever, Lawrence Fishburne, and they were laying this thing out. That's not the only movie. It was Outbreak with Dustin Hoffman in the thing, right? These things have been around, but that was the most recent one, and that one was I think by Soderbergh. He's a good director, and it was pretty scary. It wasn't that great, but. It was kind of scary, and that's how they showed it at the end, too. That's how it started. They showed a little bat eat a piece of banana, and then he took that and flew, and then it dropped, and a pig ate that, and then, the pig was used by a chef who wanted to meet, who Gwyneth Paltrow wanted to meet. They shook hands. Boop, that's the end. That's the start, really. Yeah. And it's like, that could be the same thing here. That's what they put forth. So that notion has already cemented in people's minds. So where they can use that one, who knows? If it is a psyop or something like that, they can always just go back to, they ate a wild armadillo. Who knows? And there was a book too, not just 2011. I know you must, if you search enough internet, I'm sure you've seen this, come across this maybe, that there was a Dean Koontz or something. I'm sad I don't know the author's name, whatever. But there was a book in 1981 that came out that used the name Wuhan. That it came out, an infectious disease came out from Wuhan in 81. Yeah. So who knows? It could just be wild coincidence, but
was in that video we saw.
Maybe the media does some kind of foreshadowing that far in advance. Wow, imagine that.
Yeah, it's just like The Simpsons foreshadowed freaking Trump.
They called all kinds of stuff.
How he came down the elevator.
Hollywood,
escalator.
You don't think Hollywood is in like Flynn? They know.
I don't know.
Of course they know. Do you think Trump's response was enough, to where we are now? I mean, here we are enjoying our Fridays. It hasn't affected our lives yet, and God, knock on wood, It's got to be some wood somewhere. I think that's bamboo. So, but how do you feel about Trump's response?
Well, at first he was just like, it's like the flu, and then now he's like, I think felt it yesterday too. To be honest with you,
he was close to some Brazilian guy whose staff person was coronavirus.
Yeah,
His staff,
I heard about that.
And he was next to that guy, him and Pence.
So
and they were both like,
so what do you think about
They probably
this?
did get tested and just aren't going to tell you.
Well, that's what I mean. If he did have it, we probably wouldn't know, right?
Where can you get a corona test? You're not going to CVS to get a corona test.
$2,000.
What?
$2,000 if they don't approve.
I never even looked up the price.
If they don't approve that you're.
So they passed the law that like my work needs to cover. Like if you're employed
and you start to come down
your
with something.
insurance.
Yeah, but that money probably won't kick in for a long time, dude.
They had
the Democrats did just approve some kind of emergency package. So, they still have to approve it.
But 2,000, huh? So if you don't have insurance, that's $2,000 out of your pocket just to go get tested.
Are you sure about that number? 2,000?
That's what I heard today.
Yeah,
Wow, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Just to get tested, and I heard the kits that they got is not even accurate, so they can't even really tell.
So someone's profiting off that.
You said Trump, right? So
his response.
So like what I heard was basically, I think it was 2 weeks ago. His head of staff that, we got this basically under control.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you go from, hey, we got this basically under control,
the same kind of arrogance he's always
within
showed.
a week, right? To basically, we're locking down travel.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like that kind of.
He's just off the cuff.
It just shows that they can pretty much try to do whatever they want to do. Now you don't see images of Americans floating, loading the streets and protesting and taking it to Washington.
So
Not
let me
yet.
ask
You do
you
see
this.
that in other countries,
Not yet.
somewhat.
Let me ask you this: where do you see us in 30 days from now? Like a lot has changed. It feels like it's multiplying by each day.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you see it like in 30 days from
Experts
now?
are just saying it's going to get worse, man. I hate to say this.
I hope I don't see a lockdown.
I hate to say this damn number. I hate to say this damn number, but I heard who knows what. But I heard something that they were talking
I'm starting
about.
to feel it like
I don't want to see.
Yeah,
I don't want to see.
you know what I mean? I'm starting
Luce,
to
I don't
feel
want
it.
to see.
I heard
gotta tell you,
figures
that
of
would not be
40 to 70% of Americans get it. I heard. I hope
I
not.
feel like we are all going to be exposed to it at one point or another. It's going to be like the flu, and over time, and I don't know how serious it is. If you're
40 to
immune
70%
system,
you
of
heard
Americans.
40% of the population, not 40% of Americans. There's no way.
40 to 70.
That's like a huge number. That's like
I feel like it's going to be a common flu. It's going to be like
that's 70. Even if you take
Is
it to
our
70,
healthcare system, we don't even have that many.
There's no way.
I looked it up. We have 700 and something thousand hospital beds in America. 700 something thousand.
You see that in 30 days? Yeah,
That's on some Mad Max stuff. If it breaks, we can't even imagine society breaking down. That's what I'm talking about. American way of life. We're just not used to. We're not even used to the NBA not being here.
We got Amazon now, so we don't have to leave the house.
I just play Xbox. I play NBA
Actually,
on Xbox. I got 2020.
Yeah, Amazon, like Netflix is doing well. Like all the stocks
People
are dropping.
in the house, yeah.
But Netflix didn't drop that much.
That was
It's
something,
staying
yeah.
Good.
They're
Like,
home.
I don't have
you know what I
stocks.
mean?
I don't know.
Streaming services. are doing
Mason, the biggest stock market drop since 1987 because of this. I mean, who does that really affect? Does it affect just the rich? I mean, how many people have stock in America? Not many, I would think.
Blue collar workers, right
Mhm.
there.
Well, yeah,
waiting.
I don't have
I'm
stock.
waiting.
I don't have to. You don't have stock. No.
I'm assuming the rich, whoever has that stock. I mean,
Right. Yeah. Well, all stock, all Hollywood. I heard something that they stopped the trading
What about 401ks?
twice.
Half
It was going so far below the Dow or whatever it is. Showing my ignorance, I
I'm
don't know
waiting
anything
for
about
Apple
that
to
stuff.
go below 200, and I'm in.
No, it's
Yeah,
it's
I'm gonna
just-
actually
buy.
buy low. Buy low.
Absolutely.
It shows how
Buy
dramatic
low.
it-
I'm
That's
waiting.
right.
I'm
Yeah, he's taking a note.
That-
take a note of that, Luce.
No, I'm saying the
He
notion
started
of
writing that shit down.
the notion of buy low played into what we talked about earlier.
Yeah,
about billionaires profiting from
of course.
catastrophes.
buying.
Right.
Right.
Because they're buying for sure
they
right
can
now.
What do
buy-
you, Mason? What do you think?
Yeah.
No, with the stocks, that's what you're saying. They're
Yeah.
going to play the stock
Billionaires
market possibly.
profiting from catastrophes
Yeah.
in all kinds of ways.
Sure.
What they invent.
That's
You know.
that's actually scary thinking about that because they can buy
They're gonna
hundreds
find
of
some-
thousands of millions
some
of a
opportunity.
stock at such a low level, but that
They just
changes
bought
the
toilet
game
paper
plan
for
anyways.
sure.
Charmin went up.
I'm waiting like.
Did it really?
Tesla
Tell me it didn't, dude.
dropped.
That's
Man,
crazy.
what they were at 900. What are they now? 500.
Do you think this could maybe be also that China was really cracking down on Hong Kong? I saw pictures of that very little. I don't know world politics that much, but I know China was cracking down on Hong Kong big time. Something now they're not talking about that. You know, who knows what other kind of goings on are happening? You know, if all the media is talking about is coronavirus, what's going on in the dark?
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So you believe it wasn't a black op? You believe it wasn't?
No, I don't think so. But I also wouldn't.
So
just,
you
I
think it was
wouldn't
organic?
rule it out either. The government
Yeah.
has certainly been known to do stuff like that.
So you think this is
Psyops,
organic?
Black Ops,
You think
MK
this is
Ultra.
organic, or you think this is government?
You think
I
you
think
think
it's-
China's a beta test? That's really what's going on. Is China a beta test?
Right.
That's what we watched.
But
today,
it spreads
something.
across the world. Who would benefit? That's the thing. Like if I was,
I'll
going
tell
to
you. I'll
do
tell
it-
you what they could do with it. Use it as a tool for control,
But see,
political
why
assassination.
would you-
it's a
If
beta
they want to
test.
get rid of somebody,
get a
they got
vaccine.
coronavirus. They're
It's
out
just-
of here.
I feel
we
like
gotta
it's a-
quarantine them.
I feel like it's a dumb.
I'm
way
a
of doing
conspiracy
it.
theorist, though.
Okay,
I
so
love
if we go with the
all this.
conspiracy
I
that
bu-
China's a beta test,
I don't know. You know, I
Then
can
what?
see it. You know,
then if China's a beta test, Luce, then
They'll
what,
beta
they
test
give everyone
America.
they give everyone the vaccine, and that
Mhm.
vaccine is like something else.
I heard that the vaccine might come from Israel. You know what I mean?
But once you get vaccine, you get the vaccine. You obviously could get something else in the vaccine.
Who?
If you're gonna take it as far as a beta
get that in
test,
Coca-
Oh, get other stuff
I'm
in the
saying,
vaccine.
yeah, I'm saying.
Oh
if you're
yeah,
gonna think
vaccine
about it
has
like
all
that.
kinds of stuff
That
in
could
it.
happen to
No,
the
but
water
I mean,
supply
like,
too, though.
you
Like,
could.
But I don't know how the government
I don't
or
think
even the
it's-
1%ers are going to benefit from that because you want a working force. Like it's stopping business right now, and I don't think the 1%ers
Right.
want that.
Right.
So I don't know, man. I don't
It's
know.
out of their
if,
hands,
you
right?
know, it's
Oh,
stopping business.
Or if ultimately, if it plays a part of their globalist agenda, then they don't care. They'll take short-term loss for long-term agenda.
what would the long-term goal like? When would be like?
That's just
If you
incremental.
get the
That's just
whole
incremental.
world on a virus, because it's going to get them eventually too. I'm sure. You know.
Well,
what
Here
I
comes
mean?
Trump with the.
What would be
You've
the
seen those
vaccine,
underground
and
living
he's
bunkers they
and
have.
and he's the
But like
savior.
six floors down, they got pools and stuff. You've seen
Did
those
you hear what I
underground
said?
bunkers. What?
Here comes. So you're talking about why it could be like that. So like here comes Trump the savior
Right.
with the vaccine.
Right.
The problem with that though is
Election time.
and I'm not
Okay,
saying
let's talk
that.
about
Okay,
that.
that's
Okay.
all right. I can
Okay.
see
Let's
that.
talk
I
about
can
that.
see
Let's
that.
talk about election
All right.
time, right? Because and you mentioned it earlier too about why does this come around? It does come around every 2 years. I can't name it all, but you remember these names.
Yes.
It's like 1 year it was Zika, then 2 years
Bird
later
flu.
SARS,
Swine.
and then bird flu, Ebola, etc. Every 2 years.
Yeah.
What happens every 2 or 4 years? Either midterm elections or presidential elections. Okay, so why not get people psyched out and weird and freaked out? It makes you look
You
to
know
them
what?
for leadership, whoever is incumbent. You know what I mean?
Who's thinking about elections right now?
Right. There's talk of even canceling elections.
right.
You know
Gotta
what
go
I
to the
mean?
polls, right?
Who
You
does
gotta-
that benefit?
I'm wondering what
does that benefit?
what martial law does.
Not us.
Like, let's say it was worst case scenario, martial law, all
Yeah.
lockdown. We can't do anything.
We can't
How does that benefit?
unless we
We lose power.
bum rush the streets, millions like other countries. You know,
Our
but
power is gone, but unless that would start maybe a civil war. Like,
I don't know if they would
Like,
really
what
take it
doesn't
there.
benefit necessarily the government.
That's
It
like worst
benefits
case
the
scenario.
military. I mean, some military.
Is the military running the
Oh,
government, the
yeah,
military-industrial
yeah,
complex.
the military without
What was that
having a real
president that
war.
warned about them years ago when he left? That was his parting shot. Was watch out for the military-industrial complex. That was back in like Eisenhower days. One of those. Wow, that's amazing. Do you think it? I haven't seen any changes. You know, my pockets kind of stay the same so far. It's early, but do you think?
So we're
what
seeing
what
a
are kind of
decline.
global economic effects you've seen at all that you notice? Are you worried
at
about
my
at all?
business, it's going down. So sales, especially yesterday, was horrible.
Right.
This week, I want to say right after President's Day, just it started. You know what I mean? And
Right.
Yesterday, yesterday went through a whole new level.
Crazy.
Well, are people gonna? You work. I won't
to
say
the
the
mall
company.
today. I went to the mall today. It was empty. I got a front row parking spot,
Huh.
VIP, just like
Yeah.
I walked into the Apple store. I had to get a Thunderbolt.
Eerie.
Yeah, man. And there's no one there. Like there was a few people, but there's no one there.
This does seem like movie type stuff, right?
Haunted sci-fi.
So yeah, it's impacting businesses. You know what I mean?
David,
Not
you're a
Netflix.
business owner, David. I mean, has it not? You haven't felt anything like that yet. Are people kind of leery to have you at their house? I mean, I don't know how you generate. I forget.
That today was, I think, the first day. Mason and I were, at kind of a wealthy person's home.
Mm-hmm.
I think I felt it. She might have been talking about it on the phone.
Oh, like
I wasn't
giving an estimate, something like that.
No, but actually, I had 3 clients call me today, wanted estimates. That means they wanted me to come. But we were in somebody's house today, and we were listening to her talk to her husband, relative or whatever, and I couldn't tell what was really happening. But it seemed like she was having the maid over, but she's like kind of eerie about it, like. Should she be in my house if nobody's sick? Okay, but
People
and then I'm feeling
people
like
are
we should
tripping out like
we should
that.
get out of the house because, like, we got to finish our job. But like, she probably doesn't want us to stay
Are
there
we the
too
only
much
ones
longer.
that was tripping like that? Like,
I
is
don't
other
know.
people doing it?
Right.
I felt that pressure too when I meet people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like they're just kind of like, okay, here you go, bye. Like
I make
let's
jokes
make
like I
this
yell
quick.
out the window. I'm like, right on, no fear. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're outside. Like, but it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like,
Yeah. I mean, you got to go outside.
I haven't
What are you gonna
felt
do?
it yet.
But
You're
you know
gonna-
what? I heard through kids, it's just they'll carry it and show no symptoms, like a little
Right.
bit older.
Let's talk about that. Right. It's not. Apparently, it's not really. People dying. Who knows?
Elderly.
Mostly are 70 and over.
Yeah.
My
had
parents are
underlying-
70 and over.
I
And
know.
that
I know,
makes that's
and all
Yeah.
my parents.
you know.
don't
that's
I
when
think
it-
we're
that's when it's
go-
all
I
too
think
real.
We're fine. It's
Mhm.
my parents that I'm worried
If
about.
we get sick, we're probably going to be okay. Really, not if you have a respiratory issue. Both my mom and my dad both have respiratory issues.
Oh, yeah.
So I am fully both.
My mom
Both of
too.
them have
Your mom's a nutritionist,
pre-existing
right? Something like that?
conditions, which is scary. Yes, she is.
yeah, man.
And it's kind of
So
and
she
my
knows
dad.
how to help boost the immune system.
She does. My dad's seriously all about that.
Mm-hmm.
He knows a lot about it, but it is scary. That's a major. I'm not buying into the fear, but that's a major
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing,
That's
thing
good.
with me.
That's good.
That's
Mm-hmm.
That's freaking me out a little bit.
wait. They closed the schools, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Monday?
Monday
You can't
they close
have
the schools.
you can't
My
have people
daughters-
congregating.
So
I
my
don't know
wife-
when they're
That's
opening.
crazy.
So check it out. My wife
Schools
is
are
not gonna
closed.
It
be
hasn't
able-
hit me yet.
Yo,
Like I
Luce,
said,
my
like I
wife-
said, are we still in denial?
Yes.
It hasn't really hit me
It
like
hit
that
me.
yet.
It's like the
yes,
Truman
I'm,
Show.
I
man.
am kind of
I'm
cocooned.
still kind of.
I'm very cocooned. I go to work. I come home. I go to work. I don't really encounter people. Maybe on the phone.
My work, we got to go to work. Like, I mean, we can't stop business, and I kind of agree with that. I don't want to stop life.
Yeah.
I don't want this to take. I don't want to live in that world where we're just gonna sit in a room. You know what I mean?
Self quarantine.
If I'm gonna go out, I'll probably be in this room. just
Somebody at my
jamming.
job got self quarantined, but not by the government, just by the he did travel out of country, and our country was like our company was like, hey, you should stay home for a couple of weeks. You can work from home. You'll get paid. Da da da. Better safe than sorry, I guess.
You're not gonna feel it, but I'm telling you.
Shout out to Nuge. I'm sure he's fine.
I'm gonna feel this stuff majorly this next 3 weeks, because my kids are gonna be home. My wife's gonna be home. They're not going out.
Yeah.
So now they're not gonna be able to do anything.
Yeah.
It's
like
gonna be
house arrest.
It's gonna be
Feels
weird.
like a third world
Yeah.
country, dude.
It's gonna be weird.
You're
That
gonna
part.
Yeah.
feel like
that
People
part-
like
that-
Italy's not considered third world country, okay, and they're
no
on
one's
lockdown.
on the streets.
They're on
over there.
lockdown.
But
Yep.
me and Mace were watching a video today about Italy's
That's
on
not
such lockdown. They were singing out of the windows to kind of connect with each other.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
It's kind of
That's kind of eerie, beautiful,
yeah, scary.
human connection stuff.
Yeah,
right
human
there.
What's up with the toilet paper thing? I don't get it.
I don't get the toilet
Why is
paper,
everybody
man.
buying
They're stocking up because they think they're gonna be
Are
quarantined.
you gonna shit more or something? What's going on?
Okay, you
They're gonna
can't
suck
take a
at
shower.
home, bro.
Last thing I'm
Gotta
thinking
have
about
toilet
is toilet paper.
just stuck in your house
That's
forever.
the
Did you
last
see?
thing.
Did you
Makes
see?
sense.
Also,
it
I
makes
think this
sense.
was real.
You're gonna
What
be
am I gonna?
burying
I'm gonna
What
have
about
to
the
shit in my- I gotta
sanitizer?
shit in my shower, bro. Like,
You know what? I want propane tanks.
there's Luz,
Look,
there's no
if
water.
it's-
If
if
there's
it's
no
this-
water,
You
you're
can edit
gonna
that
have
part.
to literally get a bucket, and that's how it's gonna be.
No, no
Yes.
water. They're
Oh,
gonna
hell
keep
no.
producing water.
No. You're missing
not if
my
it gets
point.
in the water system.
If the
I got the jug thing anyway.
If the
I'm gonna keep it
water
coming.
itself gets turned off, because they might do that kind of thing.
Oh, that's societal breakdown shit.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying that's
we're fucked.
societal breakdown.
Well,
if the
I
water
was-
shirt turns off, what do?
You die.
You have a bucket and you get a shovel and you need toilet paper. I'm not trying to answer that question right there.
I don't know, man.
That's why people are
might
getting
just
toilet
off my
paper.
phone.
What's up with
a freaking leaf and wipe their ass with
No.
a leaf? So they need toilet paper to stock up, because you're gonna be in your house the whole time.
Wait, why would the water get shut off?
Different things that
You
can
never
happen.
know.
man.
Anarchy.
You never know.
Let's hope not.
Everyone
Well,
in the water
I'm
plant dies,
afraid
bro.
of the power.
Everyone in
going
the water
off.
plant dies.
So the power goes off. You better have
That's
stuff
when.
that's
That's when.
protein powder.
That's
You better
when
have good
people
stuff.
like you
Hey.
that just bought shotguns are
Oh,
gonna
we're
be
gonna
on
bring
the
this
streets
up.
stealing my toilet paper.
Wow.
Civil War, bro, for toilet paper.
Hey,
All right, we
shout
got
out to the people. Hopefully, it's a sad thing.
Shout
also,
out to the
Seriously.
smart people.
shout out to
Think
the
it-
smart
no,
people.
Shout out to all the
No,
families that are
absolutely,
freaking lost someone.
But
Jesus
if
Christ.
Costco's so crowded and it's and it's just kind of like this fear thing. Seriously, what if the power and water do get shut
Does
off?
anyone
Might ha-
know
What
anyone?
if they do have to
well, they're
quarantine
gonna
people?
be-
Does anyone know anyone who's
Hold on,
actually
one at a
got
time. One at a time.
Who's
It's
got? Sorry,
what
I
what
apologize.
what is it going to look like when the power comes off, and then it's going to be a month or 2 or 3 months, and you
No
haven't
way.
ate.
No way.
You haven't ate. You're hungry. What are people going to
Solar-
do?
No, it would. Society would break down way before that.
Solar
for 3
power.
months.
They're gonna be doing different things.
Uh.
We're way smarter than that. I mean, eventually it's gonna. If we really
Yeah.
if we're not broken down to the point of like the virus takes over, let's just say but things do happen. I think we'll be okay. I think society will figure itself out.
Like,
I
humans
got- I
are
got a good
adaptable.
outlet.
Humans are adaptable.
If people are fighting each other over mac and cheese at Costco, and the power's on,
Yeah. Imagine when the
I'm
power's
just saying. I'm just
to
saying.
me, the people doing that are the ones freaking out, listening to Fox News, listening to
news.
MSNBC.
Any news.
Exactly, mainstream media. Is that really? So hold on. Was Trump right when he said fake news? Because he got bashed for saying that.
No,
you know
because
what I mean?
Fox is doing the same thing.
Wait, there's
man.
fake news all the time.
Fake
but,
news is just
But some things out of
propaganda.
his mouth is fake too. So when he says it, it's like an irony. I don't know.
Right, I'm just asking.
Mm-hmm.
How come? Right, we discussed every couple years. There's a new virus that comes. That's crazy. Who knows what the next one will be? Right. Is this going to be the new way of life?
That's what I'm afraid of.
Oh boy.
That's my.
That's
fear.
what. That's the main fear,
That's
right?
my fear.
Is honestly Americans are used to good life. We don't know what it's like living in like
a third world
a
country.
third world country at all.
I need.
Yo,
Are we going to be wearing gloves? And here's your where you're going down. Are we going to be wearing gloves like latex gloves and
Right.
and 95 masks
Oh,
Yeah.
all the
man.
time?
Michael
Chip.
Jackson
You
mask?
need a
Yeah.
chip.
Yeah, when
And
Calvin
with-
Klein comes out with the fucking mask.
Yo, I'm gonna get a
fucking
polo
designer,
one.
you
They
know
got
what I
polo
mean?
ones. I'm gonna rock a polo one.
That's
Yeah.
And
Have
a
you
chip.
seen Lucy's
I
polo?
Yeah.
I go down a lot of conspiracy. I go down.
Polo mask?
Yeah.
Polo
I'm
mask.
I go
hoping-
down. I go.
Son.
Listen, I go down a lot of.
Oh, I'm not seeing that,
I
dude.
follow a lot of like Instagram conspiracy stuff. It's ever since 9/11 when we tried to put together that 9/11
Yeah.
video. That's really what
We didn't
sparked
try
my
to put it
attention.
together.
We
We
did.
did
We
put
did
together.
put it together. That was dope. But so I follow a lot of those sites and stuff like that. And what about that's a scary notion. The FEMA camps. That's real. That's real. There's 1,000 FEMA camps that can house like 11,000
Wow.
people.
I've heard about these.
Yep. Oof.
Let's
Let's
Mason
hope it
made
doesn't get to
Mason-
that. But America has sort of quarantined people like that or imprisoned them like that. Japanese,
Have you ever heard they have these
Jews.
internment camps, Jews, of
But
course.
see, that's what Mason's point was like
They have
today.
coffins.
So the quarantines, what's a is
Like
a
the West?
quarantine? Like, are they actually?
Right. Where do you go when you're
But if
quarantined?
you're quarantined, it's not detainment center. It's a quarantine, and then hopefully there's doctors there that are treating these patients.
But do you notice how right now we're not talking about any other thing in life or politics or anything.
Exactly.
Who knows what's being passed, or what other things that were, trouble with society seem trife now. You're not even talking about those,
You're also
And
not
all of
talking
this
about
amidst an
sitcoms.
election. All of this amidst an election.
The number one thing we're thinking about right now is washing our hands.
Yeah, wash
All
your damn
these people
hands.
die just
times
for
have
an
you
election.
guys wash your
That's-
fucking hands?
Once again,
today?
that's the name of the first podcast, the LJ Hour, subtitled "Wash Your Damn Hands."
All-
I do. Ever since I started washing my hands 5-6 times a day, using a paper towel to open up doorknobs at work and stuff like that. Because honestly, it was trippy. I got sick December,
been sick.
January, and February,
Same with me.
or something like that. 3 months in a row, I got sick. And coronavirus wasn't even really on your forefront of your mind. I was just thinking flu. And I kept catching that, and I'm like, how am I going to stop this? And I made sure, even if I touch the door handle a little bit, wash my hands, whatever, so wash your damn hands for sure. Where do pandemics go? What happened to Ebola virus and stuff like that? Like, do they just disappear? Is coronavirus going to disappear, like, once it served somebody's purpose? Where do these other viruses go? Or do they exist? Am I just ignorant to that, and they're still out there in the world, and people are still
in certain areas.
It's just not in the media cycle now anymore.
But hold on, Corona's been here.
Right, we talked about that with the Lysol bottles.
It's
You ever look at the
been
back
here.
of an old Lysol? It's been saying coronavirus.
Corona is just a strain.
It's a medical
This
term,
is a medical
right?
term for a flu,
Mhm.
but this is a strain called COVID-19, which is kind of
Right. So,
you
I
know.
forget what it's an acronym for.
covert operation.
Um,
I'm kidding.
Do you think
It's
that?
really interesting.
Do you honestly think that Trump is more worried about his legacy and how he appears and his personal, how history will look at him, than he is taking care of people?
If this is a thing that they've designed to kill people, and then that
Eugenics.
would help scare the community to vote for him for some reason if he came up with a vaccine or some weird thing like that.
Yeah.
To me, that makes him like Hitler personally.
A
but
political tool, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you're willing to kill people,
if that
and
If
and
that
then,
really was the truth, that
right.
would
Well,
be,
I
see,
mentioned
that's
that.
what
I
your
mentioned
point
that in the
was
other
before.
room.
but now it is.
I mentioned that in the other room. That's the old. They've been whoever they are have been doing that forever. Problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem. It causes a
Vietnam.
reaction. They create the solution. You know what I mean? So the same people that maybe dropped coronavirus on us are the ones that are going to give us the vaccine. Oof.
PRS.
Oof.
Wow, we just went there.
No.
I never said that.
Yeah, Tom Hanks. That's crazy. I heard Charles Barkley got sick. Oh, the NBA, right?
yeah.
That's
What's gonna happen? Yo.
Lakers cannot catch a break.
On a personal note, I had like 300 riding on the Lakers. What's going to happen with that, dude?
man.
Oh,
Come on, hold on, man.
Man, come
Hold
on.
on.
I was so excited too.
What
this
if we
year,
what if
man.
we get too awakened and they realize how smart we're getting because of because of the internet and all this, and they lose power through that too. Like,
Man, even if they do come with a vaccine, what does that mean? Are you just automatically going to take it?
Fuck, I don't even get the flu shot, man.
Me neither.
I'm never gotten a
So-
flu shot.
Right.
I'm not gonna take the
Nah.
flu shot. No.
Nature, that's when I get hippy dippy. Like nature, I'm sure will have the answer for all that stuff, dude. There's so many berries and fruits and herbs,
Bacterias.
stuff to eat. Make sure that let food be thy medicine. Hippocrates said, So the only scary thing is black mask, black vans. Take this vaccine, please.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've only seen that in movies, and
Come on,
Hollywood.
Mark
Hollywood
the
is
Beast.
there. Don't be mistaken.
Yeah.
Hollywood is there to condition you. You know what I mean? So it's like it got you used to the idea of 1984, and the government's the big brother is going to take over and stuff like that. So will there be people up in the streets and by the hundreds of thousands like you see in like other countries? Or will Americans do that? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Who knows?
You got a lot of homeless out there, man, that have
right where
spreading disease anyways.
I heard that, right. You know who this is going to affect? There's people who frankly either don't have sick pay or can't afford to, and can't afford to miss work. So even if they're like, oh, shit, I got to go, like, what are you going to, okay, there's homeless people, there's a certain rung of society that is not really considered in this.
Yeah.
What do you think? How are you going to prevent that?
I don't know. But
Man.
that's what I think
That's a
about
good
China.
question.
I used to drive for ride share, and
Mm-hmm.
I talked to a lot of people from China, and they constantly tell me
Really?
it's overpopulated.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can only imagine if we're having kind of a homeless thing, what's it like in an overpopulated area? And maybe I could have some compassion there.
If
If it did happen naturally, those poor people, like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Here in America, it first hit in like nursing homes. That was the one in Seattle. That's where it first broke off here, and that's the biggest hub so far in America is the nursing homes. That's been crazy. Hope that's the most vulnerable population, like grandparents and stuff. Man,
It's
I hope it
crazy.
wouldn't be something sinister,
It's crazy.
and hopefully we can get control of this. Hopefully, wash your damn hands. Remember, all right. Basically, it's like, what do you think you can do to stay healthy during this time? What's one suggestion you would use to stay healthy?
Mental health right now. I think, wash your hands.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Right,
but like, don't look. It's serious. Take
Yeah.
it seriously, but I
Mhm.
feel like the news is taking it over the top. And don't go over the top. Don't let the fear take control. Live your life.
yeah.
And look, I mean,
I sort of said something
if
like that in
something-
the Revolts album years ago. Like, don't believe it's
believe the
over.
hype.
You know what I mean? Like, if it was that bad, it would already be over or something like that.
exactly. Like, if
You know,
this thing's
and
gonna
here
take
it is still
over,
relevant years later. They're still
if
doing
this
it.
thing's gonna take over, then let it take over, and it's a little bit more deadlier than the flu. Like, look, we lose thousands of people a year
Man.
from the flu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a fraction with this one.
200,000 to 600,000 people a year on average die of the
people
flu.
over here.
56 million people a year die around the earth, okay? 4,000, 5,000 people have died from the coronavirus. I think it'll pass over. What's one thing you would do to stay healthy, Dave?
What I am doing.
Yes, what? Please.
A lot of probiotics, vitamins every day.
It's important.
A lot of water.
Yeah.
Even though today was bad.
Yeah.
Dehydrated as hell
That's good
today.
advice. Mason?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mental.
I have,
Mental
I'm-
strategy,
I'm
man.
eating, like,
yeah.
Stay positive.
You got a family.
Stay
know?
positive.
tons
dude.
of
Gotta hold it
minerals
down.
in the morning. I'm trying to be more plant-based. I'm eating like lots of vitamin C.
Yeah. I
and,
heard vitamin C might actually could beat it. Like if you take in the thousands of milligrams.
Zinc too.
Really?
Yeah, zinc. Like the body's made of minerals. It can fight off coronavirus. Like we'll be all right in the end, guys.
Well, when can we get some toilet paper?
Yeah, that's the bottom line. Hey, well, thank you for joining the first LJ hour. This was good. This was dope. You guys
Stoked.
made a lot of good points. You definitely
Build your panic room.
this-
Toilet
yeah.
paper.
build your panic room. Build your panic room. Take your vitamins, water, toilet paper. Wash your damn hands. Okay, thank you guys for joining me. And it was
Thank you.
good on the first
Thank you.
LJ hour, episode 1. I appreciate it. Check me out next time. Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Liz.
Bye.
Later.